I see usually champ 2, I believe. So you're going behind your teammate, let them challenge first. You can push on that. So what we should try and do here is we need to predict that that's going up the wall earlier. And here we should try and jump off and face the ball first. So I don't know if you jumped here. Yeah, we do jump. We should try and get off a little bit earlier. Like, to try and block where we think the ball could spit out between us. Like, we're going where the ball is. We want to try and block where we think the ball's going to go. Let's get back. Let's get back. So we could be pathing and boosting back. Well, we ain't got any boost, but right now we should be flipping and like throw yourself to this boost pad. Don't just drive. You need to be building up them. There we go. So you shouldn't try to hit this to the side. Your touch needs to be immediately back upfield, and if it can't be, take time. Take your time. Like, say immediately back upfield, but like, let me get Epic Pen. What are these playlists? Apparently it's still Sonic, but I've never heard this song before. Settings. Yeah. So like, if you're going to make a touch, it either like you want it to go 45 degrees upfield like this, or directly back upfield. If it can't do this, then you need to hit it. Like if you need to hit it this way or back, it needs to be extremely soft. You can't afford to have a bounce in this direction or a bounce going in that direction, like back to your own net, because we need it to go up the ramp like this. If it doesn't roll up the ramp, it's going to bounce off or bounce up like that, and they like a bounce up like this or a bounce back is going to be your opponent getting it. They're going to rush and they're going to hit that. So as I said, it either has to be directly upfield, hard, like 45 degrees, or immediately straight back up. If it's 90 or anything further back, it has to be a very light touch, like in order, as I said, to get it to roll up like that or roll back into your own corner. And of course, when you go to do this as well, you've got to make sure that you don't send the ball into someone. You have to avoid getting dunked at all costs as well. So in this position at the minute, like you're playing third and you're thinking like, how can I hit this back up field? But like you're trying to take possession, but you're hitting it too hard. You can leave it to go back corner, yes, or what you would do is you'd try and soft touch it back into your corner. That requires a little bit more control, but you could just wait as well. Like if you can't get a good touch, don't get a touch for the sake of getting the touch. Like I would be able to soft control this into the left or into the back corner. As I said, it requires a bit more control. Yeah. You can go for that. You're the nearest to it. So Send Shadow should go for it, but it's over Send Shadow now, so you should go for it and you should try and play it down into your own corner. Soft touch down into your own corner. Again, we don't want to hit the wall when we soft touch this. We want to try and play it down so that it goes into the ramp. Yeah, it was Hagnaf, yeah. So you're not being patient here. Like this person's closer to the ball than you. There's two people that are closer to the ball than you, and you're just turning up into it now. You're not going to win any sort of challenge, so you shouldn't pose or look to challenge them, because you know you can't win any, or you know you're not closer anyway. So you should wait to see what they're going to do. Like they've got another touch, so don't commit. That's one thing you should try and do when you see people up in the air like this. You should like observe the car a little bit and think to yourself, do they have the potential to get another touch? Like, do they still have their flip? Like, are they feathering their boost and it looks like they've still got some in the tank and they can get one more touch? If it looks like someone can get a touch, respect it and don't commit into anything. So like here, the whatever his name is, the double block. they're falling to the ball, they're getting one more touch. So this is something we don't want to push up on. It's something we want to accept and let them play the ball to us. Because like he's getting a touch for the sake of getting a touch, and we can take advantage of that. That he's just giving the ball away. Again, one of the playlists. Can I get any decent music at the minute? What am I listening to? Sorry, dude. I just can't listen to that. Alright. So we get demoed, we get back post, that's decent. Decent touch. So just a little bit too, like we should slow down a little bit here because we arrive a little too early. We should try and like match our speed to the speed that our teammates moving. So you're pushing a little bit too far across. He does also throw the ball at you rather than across the net, so that makes it more difficult. It's a good cut on the ball, it's just a shame we couldn't get it through. It was difficult. And that's your teammates now. Good boost grab. Wait for a touch. There, that's yours now. Okay, showed the sense got in it. So this is the thing, you gotta bail out of this earlier. So like you're rushing forward, and now you see Pien coming forward, and they've got a touch. So we don't want to be rushing into this. It's like when you, as soon as you see this, this is where you should hit your brakes and think about wait to see what the outcome of this is going to be, rather than just pushing into this, because you push so far forward, and now you've got to walk up, like you've got to completely rotate around this. So when you, as I said, when people are getting another touch, when someone's getting a touch before you and stuff like that, you need to respect it a little bit more. Good steal. So here, like I said earlier, so coming a little bit back to what I said earlier, when you're last right now, because your teammate was still recovering to the left, so you're trying to go for a shot, but you can see that Pien's right in your face, and you're not really going to get this ball out. So you don't want to risk getting dunked. You've got to think, however much energy you put into this shot, if they dunk you, it's coming, or if you miss, or if there's an immediate counter attack from some sort of like 50-50 or something like that, it's coming straight back at you. You're a barbecue noob. So you need to think, like, if you cannot get the shot, if someone's blocking you, don't just throw it at them, because if it doesn't work out, it's coming back at you, if not, but twice as hard. The read's just so fast, you're not used to it. Fair enough if you're getting used to game speed, but these are the kind of things that I want you to think of. So like here, you've got this player running at you. They've definitely got a block, or they've got a good chance of a block, so you shouldn't try to blast it past them. You should try and fight them for a 50-50, or purposely hit the ball in a way that you know will spit the ball out to the side, and then it's like a stalemate. They don't get a dunk, you don't get a shot at net. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you're going to be like, so like you use this player to try and pinch the ball to the right, so that it goes into the wall. And the reason we want that as well is, like, if you can pinch this to the right, to push out to the side over there, there's a chance that as Sense Shadow is rotating, they could come back on it, and then they could center it. So it's not about what's immediately in front of you. Like, if you can't do this because this player's here, think of doing something else. Either try and get the ball to die, or get the ball to push out to somewhere that's advantageous to you. It's not about winning, it's losing in the best way possible, which in this case scenario would be losing the ball to the right. So you push at him, he dunks you, and it ends up being a counter attack to them. So that's what I mean. Like, if it doesn't look comfortable, if it doesn't look like a sure thing, don't just blast it. You need to either control it or lose it into a position that works for you or your team. Like, there's been plenty of times when, like, I'm playing with Jack or a team, and I have an opportunity to bang the ball, but there's a player right there, and I just go, I'm not banging that. I'm not even taking the shot, because I know if it's not pinpoint accurate or perfect, the counter attack's going to be huge. You're right, Farmer. What do you mean I'm actually live? I've been live this whole time, dude. Oh, we can get this on the wall. Oh, so we shouldn't be stopping. We should just keep moving. Get that boost as quick as you can. Because if you run over here, like your teammate's not under any pressure. Like they've got a free air dribble here, so because it's free, this is why, as like in other replays, I've been saying things like you need to be observing your opponents more. There's no challenge here, so your teammate's got a free air dribble, or ceiling shot or whatever, and they have someone else with them as well. So you are third. What you can do right now is you can just run over here and get this boost, and then from here you can make a decision: do I run upfield with my teammate, or do I come back? Because it doesn't look like, but as your teammate's carrying the ball and they're getting closer to the ground, there's going to be some sort of collision. If that doesn't look good, I'll just go back towards my net in case there's an immediate shot or something like that. So we should be a bit more we should have a bit more initiative in defence here to just get the boost, because there's no challenge on our teammate. And we shouldn't turn into this. So this gets popped over. Sense Shadow's already there. Like they're near to the ball already. So we don't need to be near it as well. So from here, you should carry on turning in the direction you're facing now. So you can leave Sense Shadow on the side of this. So if Benzie goes down, he thinks to go in the corner or up the back wall, Sense can turn into them and make some sort of hit. Whereas you right now can go around in this direction and like at your back post, turning like that. You know, I don't know why I'm so big. Yeah, and turn back in at the back. Back post rotation. It's just because there's already somebody else here. If there wasn't someone else here, I'd say yes, stay on the ball, try and make sure that this person doesn't get free possession. But because there is someone near it, we don't need to. That's yours, nice. Good read on that. So I wouldn't move into the same corner at the moment. So Sensors just hit this ball, like we're bushing downfield. It's hit down. One, we should be looking to probably kill Benzie at the minute. We should also probably have ball come out at the minute because we know where the boost pads are. 2, we're not padding either. But 3, like with this going into the corner, if you hadn't flipped, I wouldn't want you in this corner either. If you was just normally driving right now, not as in no flip, I would like to leave Senzi in it and you'd go around, get all these pads, and you'd show up at back post here with about 40-50 in the tank. So like you're moving into the same corner as the play when someone's already dealing with it. Press X to doubt. That's unfortunate. Nice block. I was going to say you're looking a bit slow there, but you managed to get the touch. That's somewhat decent. I didn't expect you to get it. That's yours. Close. So we should just get the pads in the middle here. The ball's to the left. We should get the pads in the middle that lead us to the goal because we can't even see the 100 boosts there. So you're moving somewhere hoping that it works out for you. I'd rather you just get the secure, like the actual pads that are there for you. Yeah, now you've gone back for the boost. Like we could just still get pads there. No, we should be looking at this. Like that pops up, we should be watching. So what I'd like to see here is looking at the direction that the player's moving. So the player is boosted from there to here. So we can expect that the player is going to hit the ball in this direction. So what I'd want you to do is try to move in preparation to attack this person. So you'd do that. So if they're going to hit the ball, you'd let them hit the ball in that direction, and you'd turn to get around or like that. So you can attack exactly where they're going to land. So that's what you should be doing in terms of reading this player. You're right, True Demon Slayer. And Sagana. If I can do, if you're a subma dude, Monday to Friday, it's for subs. So if you've got Prime, that could work. Or if you're gifted, that would work. So yeah, we should be keeping our eye on that, because that's something you can potentially turn back on. Just a bit too close. Like your teammates, you're quite close. Like this is 3, so we need to just give our teammates a little bit more room. Like 2, like think about like in 2s, like it's that 1/3 position, 1/3 pitch distance. So you're just too close to be able to react to that. I'm glad you didn't move into the same corner. I'm gonna go around, get pads, show up at back post. So Annie, thanks so much for the tier 1, my dude. Thanks so much for that. I really appreciate it. But yeah, we'll do your replay then, my dude. Thank you. And you've got all your other benefits as well. So casuals, 1v1s, and enjoy your emotes as well, my dude. So what I've seen from yourself in this gameplay is we're not really, again, I feel like we're not really respecting our opponents. So whether we see them, when we see them, we're not looking at things like where they're facing, do they have another touch, how hard are they coming into the ball, and we've got to respect that hit and how far we think they can hit it. Because I just don't think, I think you're getting caught by surprise a lot of time. Like, oh, I didn't think he managed to hit it that hard. It's like, well, you should be respecting it just in case. And then when people are directly in front of you as well, as I said, like instead of just banging at people, we need to work at it's about getting around people or losing in the best way possible. So like, there's no like, it's not a bad thing to lose a 50-50 if you can lose the 50-50 perhaps to a teammate or into an area of the pitch where we can get possession again. The pressure was so high I couldn't keep my boost top out. Well, yeah, so you don't, like, I know you was missing a lot of boosts, or like you in a lot of situations it looked like you was like, you know, like someone that desperately needs to go for a piss, and they're like, and it's like you was like that in order to get a 100 boost. It was like I want to go and get it. I mean, you was desperate to leave the rotation to go and get 100. And you was also like, it looked like you was panicking on the spot for 12. So it's like, oh, I accidentally missed a 12, and then you'd do a 360 turn to go and get that 12. But it's like you've kind of missed it now. So like you just need to, in terms of collecting your 12s, you need to be a bit more vigilant about making sure that you're on a set path and that you're going to get them all. Do you know what I mean? It just takes a bit of time, a bit of practice in free play and stuff like that, just making sure, it'll come over time in ranked as well, just making sure you get those 12s and you don't mess up. But I'd say if you miss one, don't go back for it. If you've missed it, you've missed it, and you just need to make sure that the rest of the line is good. So say like you've got 5 pads to collect on a line in order to follow up on your teammate starting an attack or you just getting back into defense. So there's 5 that you can potentially collect. You miss one, okay, just get the next 4. You miss another one, kind of sucks, but just get the next 3. Just like make sure you get them. Like if you miss out on one, just keep going. The same with hundreds as well. It's like, yeah, you can perhaps track over a 100 to make sure, just in case it comes back, but don't wait for it. And don't do like 360s on the spot hoping you'll get it. Just like, if you've missed it, you've missed it. You need to make sure that you're there for the play, boost or no. So main thing, I think you need to start respecting opponents, and also like closing them down when they like, say like when they're driving on the wall and stuff like that. Just like get up in the face, but don't throw yourself at them. Like just drive challenge a lot more, so that you can recover quicker. So we're looking at things like fake challenges, observing our opponents more. Like, think to yourself when you're last man, look at the opponents and try to look where the gaps are, and look at where the opponent is clearing the ball to and where you expect the ball to come out. And then if they do clear the ball, you've got to constantly be looking at that player in terms of their recovery, how much boost they're using, and whether you feel like you need to respect that they've got another potential touch, because it's that respect that's either going to be you get dunked or you challenge them really well. Do you know what I mean? So I still think this is a matter of observation, boost collection, and fake challenges. And as I said as well, dude, like in terms of last man, when it comes to, so like if we draw a pitch, shouldn't have drew it on me. So if you draw a pitch here, let's say you're last man in midfield, like the ball's coming at you. So ideally, you want to try and get it straight back upfield. So you want to send it back up like that, because then if you can get a backboard over the net, either you can go for it or a teammate can potentially turn. However, if there's an opponent that's around here, you know what I mean, that's stopping this, you have to start looking for the angle around them. You know what I mean? You don't want to send at them, because if you get dunked, it's just fair. It's open season for the opposing team. So you've got to think about playing around people. Even if there's people then starting to block up this angle as well, just play it to the side. But again, it has to roll, so it has to be a light. Like if it's straight forward, hit it as hard as you can. As the angle slowly gets more to the 90 degree, it needs to be a lighter touch, and then as it starts to go behind you, even lighter. Like 90 degrees or behind, you have to play it into the ground, because you need it to roll up the wall, because that's safe. It means that someone on your team can either get to it, or if the ball is stuck on the wall, it just reduces the chances of the opponents getting an immediate shot on your net. You're at 3 bears. So yeah, make sure you're trying to think about how you can either get around your opponents, or just not trying to get around them at all while you're last. Do you know what I mean?